it's Jay. He's got a terminal brain tumour. He's set up a huge charity called In Between Ears. In fact, B, you'll have met him in Camden. He came down for that. He slept on the floor. The dying man slept on the floor. But yeah, what else? Yeah, my brother's had it recently, and we wait to hear if he's got cancer gone to his brain. So I should find out that in the next few days. Yeah. I've got friends who've had cancer. It's everywhere. It's
unfortunately, yeah, I lost my mother 8 years ago to cancer too, so I can completely sympathize.
Yeah,
it's a horrible, horrible thing, and unfortunately, it's just a battle that we've all got, whether it be personally, whether it be a friend of a friend, or whoever it may be. It affects everybody in every way. Craig. To be fair, Craig felt it when I lost my dad, because me and Craig have been friends since God knows when. And I know Craig felt that about my dad at the funeral. It was, it was just an awful thing, but it does affect you, whether it's somebody close to you or somebody who's, who who you're close to, if you know what I mean. It's awful.
And it's the scary thing is you don't know. It's the hidden time bomb inside any of us that could go off at any time, and you don't know it's going to come.
You're right. Sorry, go ahead.
It could be. I look at my kids and think, is there one lurking one of them somewhere? At some point, is it just going to go? And is it going to kick in?
Yeah,
it's don't know.
I was just about to say, people supporting the charities. It is really important, because I also heard on the 22nd of October, Dr. Feelgood's guitarist, Wilco, he'd been told he literally had months to live, and then he had this 11-hour sort of operation, and it basically cured him of pancreatic cancer.
Wasn't it something ridiculous? It's like a 3-kilo tumour they took out or something. It's huge. It's massive.
God.
It's almost like a baby. But he sort of said he's gone through that process of, realising that you're coming to the end of your life and having to deal with that, and then suddenly after this operation, he suddenly found that he's now got to come to terms with the fact that he's actually going to live. It's amazing that they can achieve these things, especially when they thought it was terminal. So I think supporting the charities is essential, because obviously the research and everything that goes on, you can save lives as well. So there is a kind of balance with it, I think. But yeah,
there was the thing recently, wasn't there? There was a lady in, I think it was America. She was injected with a massive dose of the mumps virus, and it completely cured her breast cancer.
Oh wow!
There are advancements happening all the time.
Yeah. I think the problem is as well. Sorry. No, I was just going to say the problem I think that we face as well with things like that, because we're all we all support these charities, because, like Jamie said, our friend Jay set up the In Between Ears, and it's a really good charity. But I think people have got to get over the fact that they live in the old stigmatism that they think that actually, if I donate, how much that money's going to go there? Well, actually, enough to make a difference. Whether it be that 10 pence or 9 pence is took out for a phone call or a text, whatever it may be, I don't know, but the majority of the money does go to where it needs to get to.
I think charities like Macmillan are very good. I've always heard really good, and if you do support the charity, they do tell you where the money goes and how it's spent. So I think there are dodgy charities, which I think there was a big hoo-ha about that water charity, wasn't there? With everybody pouring ice water over them, and I think they were saying that charity wasn't properly using the money. But I think bona fide charities like Macmillan, we should be supporting, because it is going to be something that's going to affect us at some point.
Right, because sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
All I was going to say is in Canada there's the Canadian Cancer Foundation, and there's pretty much donate every year, and they tell you where the money goes. The other one is breast cancer is a big one too, and one of the local banks here, they're a huge bank in Canada called CIBC, and they do the Run for the Cure every year, and they wear the whole pink ribbons and everything else. And actually a local tattoo shop by us last year, I'm not sure they're doing it this year, but for about 2 years in a row, a place called Neon Tattoo, is they had people come in and they were pretty much tattooing the pink ribbon on you for free.
Wow.
So it was but it was a good way to kind of give back, and pretty much they said no, there's no nail on cost, so any donations will go to the DCIBC Cure for Cancer, and they raised quite a bit of money, so it did really well.
So that's good.
Because something like that, people aren't just going to go and say, yeah, I'm going to get a free tattoo. Something like that, people are going to drop some money down.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So on that note, guys, you have a song related to it, so I'll let you guys cue it up and talk about it for a minute before we pop it on here.
Okie dokie.
Jamie, you want to take it?
Yep. This song is called Colder, and it's written about a friend stroke ex-colleague of mine who was diagnosed with stage 5 terminal lung cancer out in the blue. It's the typical story. She's never smoked a day in her life. She's fit, healthy, she's young. She has 2 small children. I think they're aged 5 and 7. And basically, when I found this out, it really kind of messed with my head a bit. It really upset me. And even though she doesn't know it, this song's basically about her, and it's about her trying to deal with saying goodbye to her children when her children don't know she's going, basically.
Well,
They're obsessed with talking about it.
yeah.
And I think you'll hear that when you hear the song as well. You can hear a lot of the emotion as well about how we all feel about this. Like I said before about my dad and friends of friends and things like that. The song to actually play it. I remember Jamie sent. I heard this riff, the chorus part, and I thought, wow, that is amazing. We could build on that, and then we started playing on it. And as it grew, the song, I think it became even more emotional. The last part of the song, with the vocal, "My heart beats faster the longer you stay."
Well,
that part of the vocal, it still makes the hairs stand up on my arm.
I know I had to type out
the
amazing for something, and it made me cry just typing out the lyrics.
I was just going to say to you guys that having sort of heard your EP, this particular song for me is more like an anthem, and like almost when you get to the end of a kind of gig, it's the last song you would play, and I could see it in a massive stadium with lighters and things like that. That's how moving I find the song, and that it's incredible now to kind of hear from you why it was written. I just think, wow, because it really is a powerful song.
Well, you know what? I couldn't agree more, guys. So let's take a moment here and have a listen. So guys, gonna listen to this. This is Colder. This is off No One's Son new EP, Bogota. I dig this and enjoy. You know what I mean. I don't know how else to explain it, but dig this. This is Colder by No One's Son.
It's just a matter of time. A case of let's pretend everything is fine, but you feel it grow. You feel the blackness in your body take your soul. There's no time for sorrow. You'll cross that bridge tomorrow and leave their future far behind. It hurts to know you won't see them grow, and the memories of you now fade and go. It's too cold to go outside as the sun goes down into the night. There's a chance of snow, why don't you stay and bury it all for another day. No happy ever after. You fill every day with laughter, although each day's one more goodbye. But still you smile, and still you lie. It's too cold to go outside as the sun goes down into the night. There's a chance of snow, why don't you stay? Buried all for another day. It's too cold to go outside as the sun goes down into the night. There's a chance of snow, why don't you stay? Buried all for another day. It's too cold to go outside as the sun goes down into the night. There's a chance of snow, why don't you stay? Bury it all for another day. My heart beats faster the longer I go. Shots inside this world we know. My heart beats faster the longer you stay. As my soul just slides away.
It's brilliant.
All right, that was No One's Son Colder, a very touching song to say the least, and a very heartfelt, deep song. Because obviously, like we've said, cancer's affected everybody in some form or another. Guys, thank you very much for coming on, introducing the song, talking about it. I really do appreciate it. I know it's kind of a hard song. If you guys want to stick around for a little bit longer, we're gonna be talking about vinyl next.
Yeah, sure.
And talking about pretty much how it's kind of coming back. Now, B, I'm going to let you lead this one because this was your idea, so go for it.
Well, it's because of science. They're bringing out a new sort of single on the 3rd of November, and it's going to be on limited edition vinyl again. And I just thought, vinyl. And I think vinyl's making a comeback, isn't it? I think everybody, the younger generation seem to be sort of getting into it, and I think, I don't know, it just made me question why, and I kind of looked into it a little bit, and when you sort of look at it, I hadn't realised that actually sort of analogue versus digital, when there's a digital recording, I mean, basically it takes snapshots of the analogue wave, radio wave, and then it converts it back to analogue, whereas with vinyl, it's actually pure analogue, and it comes out of your speakers pure. So